If there's anyone who has had a rather interesting couple of years in the public eye, seeing a rise and fall and maybe a rise again, it's Lizzo. From dealing with a lawsuit brought forth by ex-dancers, body image commentary stemming from her weight loss, and new music coming soon, it seems like the end of 2024 is serving as a reintroduction and rebirth of who Lizzo is and what she's really all about. But there's something about her that seems to be standing out these days, and I want to talk about it. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, what's up with it? I'm C, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. Baby, how you feeling? Canceled as hell. Listen, just kidding. I wouldn't exactly call Lizzo canceled. After all, when she stepped out at the 2024 Grammy Awards to present her BFF SZA with Best R&B Song, the internet was actually wondering why in the world she wasn't being blackballed, shunned, and straight up canceled. But I knew for a fact that despite the looming allegations brought forth by her former colleagues, Lizzo was far from being kicked to the curb. Back in 2023, three of Lizzo's former dancers filed a lawsuit against the singer, accusing her of sexual harassment, creating a hostile work environment, disability discrimination, and so much more. The suit included accusations such as telling dancers competing on her reality TV series that they had to participate in a nude photo shoot, with many of the dancers fearing that they would be sent home if they didn't. In one instance, the dancer said that Lizzo invited them to the red light district in Amsterdam, and while it wasn't a mandatory event, the dancers felt obligated to attend out of fear of losing their jobs. And upon arrival, Lizzo was accused of pressuring one dancer to interact and touch new performers. But I think one thing that really stood out and made people look at Lizzo differently was the fact that her alleged treatment of these performers seemed to go against everything she stood for publicly, especially being an artist that was all about celebrating women's empowerment and body positivity. To the media, she wasn't practicing what she preached. After all, this was the same Lizzo that showed up to a Lakers game in that thong, okay, with the cakes out, who popped up on the cover of Vogue, aiming to redefine the body positivity movement. So if she wanted to keep winning the hearts of the internet, she has some explaining to do. But instead of waiting for the chatter to die down on the internet, she shot down the accusations and kept it pushing. Her brand Yitty launched a new swimsuit line and even got Chloe Bailey on board as an ambassador. She took a gap year to protect her peace in Bali and even shared moments of her healthier lifestyle and weight loss. But most importantly, she revealed to the internet that she quit, a statement that she backtracked days later, claiming it was not about abandoning her music or the entertainment industry, but was directed at rejecting the negativity and criticism directed at her. Because there is no quitting when you're canceled. And it seems to be something that Lizzo has embraced as she's making her way back into the media. During her latest interview on Baby, This is Keke Palmer, the podcast, Lizzo sat down and told it all. In her words, this was the one and only time she planned to discuss the lawsuit and allegations, and this was the best platform to do so, as she knew Keke wouldn't hold back. Now, just to sum it up, Lizzo says that she did absolutely nothing wrong when it comes to these lawsuits. But there are two takeaways from this interview for me that really made me view Lizzo in a different light. Number one is that prior to these incidents and lawsuits, she seems to not have had any separation of work colleagues and friendships. Boundaries? Baby, she never heard of them. Now, on one hand, Lizzo claims to love, respect, and appreciate these women enough to hire them, but also kick it with them, while accepting the fact that she was way too relaxed, saying that when she started in the entertainment industry, that she either hired her friends or the people that she did hire wound up being her friends. But now, after these lawsuits, she finally gets it. And listen, while that's a really solid point, it doesn't negate the fact that you can be a crappy boss, friend, and colleague. The other thing that I peeped is that Lizzo unfortunately thinks that being a media darling was somehow going to save her from public opinion and criticism. And I really feel like this stems from the fact that she has such an authentic underdog come up with the positive, empowering songs. At one point, she was the one that everyone was rooting for. Do y'all literally remember her being invited to the Library of Congress to play President James Madison's like 200-year-old crystal flute? I know, I know. At that moment, it probably seemed like nothing, but it was most definitely a big deal. It made one half of the internet fall in love with her, and the other half absolutely despise her. And this really should have been her wake-up call on how quick the internet can switch up on you. But Lizzo was somehow baffled that the media could really do her like that. She literally says she expected someone to say, "Nah, we ain't gonna do our girl like that," but that's exactly what they did, which is wild because if we have learned nothing else, it's that anybody can get it. And the more famous that you are, combined with how negative and controversial a story is, true or not, you can bet it will be plastered any and everywhere. I think that was the toughest pill to swallow for her, but hey, at least she is completely done with her album and apparently is coming in 2025. What do you think though? Does Lizzo seem to be handling these allegations in the best manner? Do you think there may be some truth to them? And does this situation make you view her differently? I don't know. I think it is interesting that she mentioned how people really took her music and this image of being a super happy-go-lucky artist all the time and totally ran with it. Like, people felt like that was the real her 24/7. And she was like, nah, that ain't me. I'm finding positivity through the hard times. I know that's right. Hey, fair enough. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.